Hello, hello. I hope I find everyone very, very well today. Before we get started, let's go ahead and get the usual out of the way. Remember, guys, this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. The energies here can either be coming directly from you, happening to you, or they can concern or regard a person that is involved within your situation. If you'd like to book a private reading, go ahead and visit www.intuitiveperceptions.com to book your reading today. Okay, let's go ahead and pray over the decks and let's get started. Beloved God, I open all channels of light, north, south, east, and west. Guardian angels of the four directions, high councils who serve the law of one, holy pure ones, please anchor this space now in your divine consecration to provide Aries with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks. And please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they're meant and or intended to be. All right, Aries, we're coming into the reading with the Nine of Wands here. Aries, the zodiac child. All right, so in terms of traditional tarot, we have the Tower reversed, Queen of Cups, Knight of Pentacles reversed, the Hermit, Nine of Wands, and with the rune of harvest or success on top of the Knight of Pentacles reversed. I haven't seen these cards here at the end. These are sort of your advice cards. But let's hop into your reading. You could be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or you could be dealing maybe with a Virgo, and maybe possibly an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But Aries, I want to hop right into your reading. Ironically enough, while I'm recording this, the moon so happens to be in Aries. And I have a feeling that your reading is going to be very interesting and quite, I'm going to use the word fun, but I'm going to use that term loosely. But Aries, when I see your spread here, I keep on hearing, Aries, what are you worried about? I ain't worried about a damn thing. That's kind of what I'm picking up here. And also, as I was shuffling out your cards, the song by The Weeknd called "Often," it was playing in my head a lot, and I'm not sure, or over and over, I should say. I'm not sure why. As a warning, if no one is familiar, or anyone is not familiar with that song, it's a little bit derogatory. It's a little bit, what's the word I can use? Yeah, it's derogatory. So anyone who looks up the song and isn't familiar with it, just be prepared. But yeah, all right, Aries, let's hop into your reading. So, Aries, normally, whenever I see the Tower reversed, I'm like, why are we avoiding the inevitable? But when I see your spread here in its entirety, or so far, Aries, it's a month for you where you're a little bit passive this month, which is very strange. Not one of your general or common traits to be passive. But I feel like it's more of passive in terms of you're just letting crap happen. Like, it's just like I said, Aries, what are you worried about? I ain't worried about a damn thing. That's just what I keep on getting from this spread here. Aries, you're allowing things to just kind of happen. You know, Aries, that you're quite the ambitious type. Um, your feathers are not to be ruffled. You're not really a force to be reckoned with, you know? And I feel, Aries, that you're just, like I said, allowing the inevitable to happen. You're not going to postpone it. You're not really trying to. You're sort of avoiding it, but not really. Like I said, you're just allowing things just to flow. The truth is going to come out eventually. Now, when I say truth, I mean the situation is going to be presented, or it's going to present itself. You just kind of don't want to be that force that manifests it, or you're the, I don't want to use the word or say the word cause of it, but you just don't want to kind of make it worse than it already is, or shake it up any more than it is about to. Things are just going to manifest, things are going to happen, and you already see it, and you just are kicking back, you're popping your popcorn, and you're just waiting, Harry's. You're just like, you're telling, like, your fellow neighbor, you're like, watch, check it out, watch. Like one of those things. Now, when I say watch, it's not like anything devious. It's just, you're like, dude, it's going to happen with or without my involvement. And that's just pretty much what I'm getting from your spread here. I mean, it's pretty straightforward here. Never really read a spread like this, but of course, Aries, it would be you. And I mean that in a positive sense. Yeah, I really feel like this is kind of what's going on for you. You have done some searching, some soul searching. You have accomplished some enlightenment about the situation. You're just kind of skating by smooth with it, and you're just kind of saying, okay, whatever. One of those things like that, in a sense. Not that you don't care. It's just you're kind of like telling your neighbor, watch. Just watch. Watch what's going to happen. Like that. But watch what's going to happen in terms of people, place, or a thing is going to make this happen. And what's very interesting here too, Aries, I look at the Tower reversed here and the Nine of Wands here. The Nine of Wands is just not giving up. It's standing your ground. You have that one fight left to kind of battle, or to, to just conquer, and just kind of not losing hope within the situation. I feel like the Nine of Wands, Aries, is sort of your energy right now, in terms of you're just like, well, there's one more wand left, and what are we gonna do about that? And you've already fought your battles, Aries. You've already made your statement within this situation, person, place, or thing, and you're just kind of backing up because you kind of realize that your involvement is not really necessary at this point. And the connection I'm making between the Nine of Wands and the Tower reversed is Aries, you are the Tower. Like, that you can be the Tower, and you just know this, and you know that you can shake things up when you need to, and you have the ambition and the tenacity and pertinacity to actually do it. But this time you're looking at things a little bit different. You're looking at things a little bit like it's sort of like a little bit of an experiment, but not to anyone's detriment. You're not doing this to be evil, or you're not doing this to be, to malign anyone, or you're not doing this with no ill motive attached. It's just, you already see what's going to happen. Plain and simple. I mean, I can't express it anymore. And you're kind of backing up. I feel like you're kind of, you're all the center here in a sense. And with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, you're just kind of gonna approach it when it happens, upon your own time, but within the context or within the confines of this person, place, or thing manifesting. And yeah, you know you can be the tower, but this time you really don't want to be. You're kind of like you ain't worried about a damn thing. Like that's just what I keep getting from the reading. It's really interesting how the Queen of Cups is offering her cup to the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hermit is shining his light or his lantern with the wisdom and with the enlightenment and the stars of the cosmos. To the Knight of Pentacles reversed here, it's just kind of you've already given everything to the situation that you can and that you have, and you're done. I don't want to say trying, but you're done just entertaining it. You're done attempting to reconcile, kind of. You're done just done with the whole situation. But like, I want to go back to what I was saying about not that you don't care. You just, it is what it is. And with the rune harvest here, I feel like this is kind of harvested energy in terms of kicking back, waiting for it to happen. You have done everything that you can for the situation. You said what you needed to say. Whether it was acknowledged or not, you're just like, you're washing your hands of it. It's like, it's going to happen. Yeah, you're not worried about anything. And that's just what I keep getting from the reading. I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but that's really what I'm really picking up here. But it's funny how, or ironic, I should say, Aries, I never looked at the Nine of Wands and the Tower reversed as being that, or possibly being that defining moment, or the, how can I say this, being the energy, if needed be, to be the tower, to make everything come crashing down, you know. But I kind of feel like, Aries, you kind of want to back up a little bit too, so you don't really want, okay, I'm picking up that you want people to recognize their own faults. You want people to see that you're not always the cause of things. Now, I'm not saying that you're an innocent angel. Of course not. And as a fellow Aries moon, I get it. But sometimes I feel, Aries, we're coming to the realization that sometimes situations, person, place, or thing doesn't really need our involvement or our energy, really. You know? It may need our help to kind of, or our assistance to kind of get things rolling or going. But if other people within the circumstance or the environment is bound to just screw it up or realize what they're doing and what their faults are, that doesn't need your assistance or your help, you know? It's going to kind of show them. And there's a very city slicker, cool cat type of vibe here, if that's even a comparison, but I think you understand what I'm saying. It's like you've done the soul searching, you've done what going within, you've done seeing the situation for what it really is, and you're kind of just okay, I'm kind of picking up, you're complacent and you're kind of chilling while everyone else is kind of going crazy, or the people, places, or things that are involved within this situation for you today, while they're running around like a chicken without their head, you're just like, all right, so when are you going to change it? Like you're asking them that, and it's kind of just like, you're like, like that kind of, you know, which is very unlike you, Aries, but I kind of like it though. I like the energy. It's very there's this saying in Spanish. It's déjalo. It's what you know, people who speak the language. It means just let it be. Like let it go. Like leave it alone, you know? So I feel like that's a lot of the energy here. And back to what I'm saying, it's not that you don't care, but it's just like, I'm not worried about anything. Whatever. It's gonna happen regardless. Déjalo. You're washing your hands of it. Really feel like that's what's going on here, Aries. Let's see. Let's find out a little bit more information here. Okay, King of Pentacles reversed. Temperance reversed. All right. Now, when I see these cards here, I feel, Aries, like this was maybe some of your past energy before some of this realization has kicked in or has, come to the surface for you. And you have seen that it's really not the way to go right now. Like I said, you said what you needed to say. You've stood your ground. You're still kind of standing it in a more relaxed manner, of course. But I feel like you were really kind of maybe before this enlightenment, before this, we'll call it a spiritual download, came through. You maybe weren't showing moderation. You maybe weren't showing concern for other people within the environment. You're being your Aries self. But then there was this switch, Aries, that was kind of like back to, well, shit, I mean, why am I getting all worked up over something that is bound to happen? And I feel like this was your past energy here, Aries. I really feel like it is. But I still feel like there are guidelines, though. And I feel, Aries, that you're going to see that what happens when sometimes we just don't get involved. When we allow people to see their own faults and to manifest their own destiny, I guess. No? Where it's like people see the errors of their ways, and we don't necessarily have to tell them or show them or have or play a part in it. Let's see. I know your dynasty is cards too. Okay, Ace of Swords reversed. And the World reversed. Okay. So, Aries. The truth will present itself, right? It always does. The truth always comes through. And I feel, Aries, like it's a very strange spread. Like, if I were to see these cards here by themselves, I would be like, oh, hell nah. But I'm feeling really like your lantern is shining upon the truth here. It's like the truth will come forward. And then you're just going to be left looking at these individuals or person, place, or thing and saying, well, that's what happens when you do that. Kind of saying that to people within the environment. And with the World card reversed here, I feel, Aries, that this learning curve for you in terms of letting things just pan out the way that they do is not over for you. But I don't look at it as like the karmic cycle not ending. I look at it as if there's more work to be done here in terms of there's more practice to implement this. Maybe possibly not getting yourself so worked up to the point where you then have to digress. Just digress from the beginning and look at things from an objective point of view and just being like, well, I've already been in this situation before, so I'm not really going to deal with it. Like that kind of thing, And I feel like that's why the World is reversed here. Because there's still a little bit of work to do with this in terms of learning to déjalo the situation, And I feel like that's the harvest here for you. This is a harvest of enlightenment for yourself. This is a harvest of switching some of your ambitions off, or maybe just not displacing your ambition where it isn't necessary, And looking at the situation, like I said, from an objective point of view, and just offering your cup of I ain't worried about nothing to the situation. Yeah, Aries, I really feel like that. You could be dealing maybe with, like I said before, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. You could maybe be dealing with the Sagittarius as well. All right, Aries, hate for it to be a little bit of short reading, but hey, that's what we're getting here. Let's go ahead and pull Jesus card, see what advice he has for you. All right, so Aries, let's see. First card is, yep, nothing shall be impossible unto you, Matthew 17:20. And the second is, there it is. If you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove. Matthew 17:20. Yeah, Aries, I think that kind of sums it up for us, no? Even God's trying to tell you nothing is really impossible in terms of how bad you want to change something or how bad you really want it. It really has to do with faith. Having faith in something that we quite cannot see. And Aries, you're a sign of very much the now and seeing the results quick. You know, it's like I'm always expecting like, what's next? What's next? What's next? A sign of that type of energy. And sometimes Aries, there's something beautiful about just kind of stand still, and not becoming involved. And we really don't need to. And I feel Aries like this faith is going to be something that's going to be growing within you. It's you caught it this month and it's great, but I feel as though that there's still some work to do and to keep implementing this. And one thing I can maybe say is maybe don't take it too close to heart in terms of kind of manifesting this into you possibly maybe not caring about the situation, which I don't see that happening, Aries, because you're very passionate. But let's not become too comfortable in our what's the word I'm looking for? Not negligence. Let's not become too comfortable within our I don't even know what the word I'm looking for here, Aries. It's a crazy reading. Let's not become too comfortable with our okay, we'll say dereliction within the situation. Because we still have to do care, of course. Because you caring is what brought you to this point of release. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Let's not become too comfortable within our release or our relinquish of control. But I feel like it's a big step for you, Aries. And yeah, this is a very interesting reading here. But there's still more work to be done here. But I feel like it's more with yourself. And I'm glad to see the Hermit here for you. Because we really don't see the Hermit here too much for Aries. I'm not saying that you guys don't do any inner work. Of course you do. But we really just don't see it too much. And I'm really glad to see it. And I'm really glad to see the Hermit upright and the Queen of Cups upright. And the following cards reversed. Now, sometimes I can look at this and say, well, then you really don't know what you're doing. But I feel like this is a recognition of what used to be, All right, Aries, I think that concludes your reading here. Aries, like, you're the damn tower. You can be the tower. You can turn this upright and just switch it all up. But you don't want to do that. Nah, you don't want to do that. You're gonna let people fall on their face. But it's more of like a tough love, like a Saturn type of love. So yeah. All right, Aries, this completes your reading here. Very interesting. I hope you enjoyed it. It was very Aries reading. I didn't see this coming, but hey, it's all right. The element of surprise is sometimes very comforting, Can be quite reassuring and assuring as well. All right, Aries, you be okay. Remember, ain't worried about nothing. All right, we'll see you, Aries.